revolution. Again, I can't express my sympathy for the Ukrainian people who are suffering in this war, and indeed the Russian people who are suffering in this war enough. And of course, that's just a purported interview with Putin at the moment, although I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. In Years in News, we're going to be exploring the new Child Safety Act, which, well, the fact it's called the Child Safety Act suggests it's not anything to do with bloody child safety. It's going to be about government control over social media. You'll love it. You'll enjoy seeing Zuckerberg participate in a piece of propaganda. You'll enjoy seeing the rather dignified head of TikTok spoken to as if he's a rent boy. It's pretty extraordinary and amusing, and I think you'll like it. I'm just hearing, of course, that some people are saying that Tucker could be in Russia to talk to Snowden. That's a pretty good interview, but you want to see the Putin interview, don't you? That's the thing you really want to see. Now, if you want to see our conversation with Tucker, that is up for our Awakened Wonders right now. In fact, we got we're going to play that. We're going to play that for you, because if you're watching this on YouTube, we got the show today is brilliant. We're going to start off with Tucker and Putin. Then we're going to talk about the new Apple goggles. You know those Apple goggles, the augmented reality. They're absolutely, well, this is the thing where I'm conflicted by technology. These Apple goggles look bloody brilliant, but they also are going to present an opportunity to literally control our total experience of reality. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're going to do about 15 minutes over there. Then the rest of our fun-packed, jam-packed, free-speaking, free-wheeling hour will be over on that stream of freedom that we call Rumble, where we eschew the speech of hatred, for we love the Lord and want to bring about His kingdom here on earth, that we may oppose the corrupt, centralist, globalist authorities. Here's a little moment from my conversation with Tucker Carlson to whet your appetite if you're considering becoming an Awakened Wonder and supporting our work. This is where he's speaking out against dictatorships, and I noticed that my dog Bear, who's in this room somewhere, has managed to get dog hair on his upper pectoral. Have a look.
People want a dictator, actually. I mean, the founders of my country certainly believe that. They set all these very complicated systems in place to deny people their desire to be ruled over.
Excuse me. Dog hair there, just as you were outlining
I'm
the American.
so covered in dog hair.
Have a look at that. That's exclusively available for
Pete,
our
good, bro.
Awakened Wonders.
Let me
Meanwhile, Tucker is using a very
I thought I had a cup up here. I was gonna grab. Here it goes.
In Russia.
Let me go grab a drink.
Legacy Media reporting on that. Tucker Carlson apparently pictured in Russia amid rumours of interview with Putin. Former Fox News host, check this, bit of propaganda even there, who is sympathetic to the Russian president, appeared in Kremlin media at a performance of Spartacus in Moscow. A few things to unpack there. I don't know that you would say that Tucker Carlson is sympathetic to the Russian president. It's just like, you know, we showed you last week, there was a poll of 40,000 people in our country where we were asked, who would you vote for? Rishi Sunak, Moderna investor, WEF stooge, Keir Starmer, centralist Davos affiliate, or Vladimir Putin. And you know what people are like now? People are, Putin, we vote for Putin. People are so now throbbing with anti-establishmentism that we've literally rolled the dice on former KGB agent Putin. Is it Vladimir Putin? I mean, I should learn the name of actual world leaders given the job I do. Who's that guy over there in front of that castle? That's the Kremlin. He seems pretty cross. Yeah, he's the president of Russia. Frightening guy. Has he got a first name at all? Listen, I'm too busy. And who's this last guy? Boris Yeltsin. All right, I've not got time to educate you. Nevertheless, what I'm saying is that what Tucker Carlson's not done is immediately bent over to globalist, anti-war, jingoist rhetoric that, do you remember, check this out, just as an example. After the Second World War, and during the Second World War, in fact, Japanese American citizens were put into internment camps, weren't they? It's like, well, we're at war with Japan, we've got to round up Japanese people. And then, after the Second World War, there's a kind of reckoning. Was that right that we did that to Japanese people? Didn't we mistreat them a little? Was that the right way to behave? And now we're back to the kind of jingoism that preceded it. Like, oh, well, if you're Russian, you're a baddie. If it's Solzhenitsyn, Tchaikovsky, Lex Friedman, Constantine over in our country, they're baddies. They're all like, you know, we're not at war with Russia, purportedly, are we? We may be advocating for, supporting, financing Ukraine's war with them, and not questioning the principles of Ukrainian democracy. A lot of Ukrainian people think that Ukrainian democracy...
Doing something completely different, or just doing something with a different company? Because you're a cybersecurity expert, bro. Like, How you gonna do something different? But then at the same time, you don't have a title or a position, and then they're sending you like, well, you could fill this spot or you could fill that spot. I don't know about that either. I'm a free agent now. I'm a goddamn free agent. I feel you. Auditing or testing. Audit sounds so fucking boring. For the same company. We got GPTs now, boy. Auditing all that shit gonna be super duper easy. Super de duper.
Christine Jerome, people did not. Christine Jerome.
Ever since I've been doing Instagram Live, I be feeling like I be neglecting my YouTube community. I don't be meaning to do that shit on purpose. I ain't even gonna lie. It's just that the fact that other people can jump into the Instagram stream live. Yo, what's up? What's up, yo? So that's why I normally try to do a dual stream. Man, I am almost completely out of weed. I gotta get some weed tomorrow. Dang. But yeah, Instagram, people can just pop right into the stream and request to go live with you, or you can send an invite to go live with somebody. And it makes the conversation that much better when you're actually conversing with somebody. Not face to face, but you know what I mean? Whereas YouTube, you don't really got the access to jumping into a conversation like you do on Instagram. All right, trying to get this my medication squared away. You know what I'm saying? For my my glaucoma, for my arthritis, for my irritable bowels, for my what's it? And my insomnia. You know, for my weak appetite. This magical plant has so many remedies. You know what I'm saying? It helps rheumatoid arthritis and eating disorders and all kind of stuff, man. It's a miracle plant. It's actually a medicine. Yo, Hello, Joey. Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Did my after school program today, so it is a little bit of a late stream, but I felt like I should at least come here for an hour or so. Not gonna peace and blessings, King. Looking good from where I'm sitting. Holla at her, brother, when you have some time. Oh, yes, sir. That's Mr. Frederick. Okay. How you been, bro? Yo, Miss Kenny. And the crazy artist. What's good, everybody? Good afternoon, everybody. You know how we do the chat formats in here? If anybody feels so inclined, you can hop right in the chat. No problem. Hello, hello, hello. What's good, what's good, what's good? Like I say, afternoon stream. We are back in the studio. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I do two different activities outside of my office. So on Tuesday mornings, I go into our local prison and I teach life skills classes. And on Tuesday afternoons, I do a after school program with some elementary kids. So my Tuesdays and I do the exact same thing on Thursday. So my Tuesdays and Thursdays are kind of long, but still, after a long day at work, I still try to come in here and get like at least an hour or two. And remember the movie How High, when dude came to Meth's apartment to get some weed and what? And bandaged his head on the floor. I don't know what. I don't remember that part. It's been so long since I seen How High. There go my homegirl. What's up, Caesar? What it do? What it do? Same old shit. Ain't nothing changed for me. I'm a smoke some weed, talk some shit, and paint some paintings. That's all I do. At work, trying to stay focused. You ain't focusing that hard. You hardly work. You hard at work or hardly working. I'm at work trying to stay focused. Yo, me and my Call of Duty buddies, we set up a group text message. So it's like 5 of us in there, and it all day long, motherfuckers texting all day. I'm like, is y'all niggas even at work? How y'all? I check my phone, ain't 30 text messages. Y'all done text back and forth 30 times. Ain't none of y'all niggas doing shit at work. I know you not. I'm clocking out now. I'm about to get the fuck up out of here. I feel you. I want to watch you paint though. That's all. That's all I do it for. Just to show people the art. Bye. Fuck you. I see you guys tomorrow. That's how I be leaving the office. I'm out of here, bitch. I'm out of here. I'm clocking out as we speak, nigga. Don't ask me nothing. When motherfuckers be walking to the clock out or punch out or however, niggas just go deaf. Like when you on that walk to leave out of work, you don't hear shit else. Hey, can you man, shit. Yo, right before you leave, man, look, I don't hear nothing. Travis, and then the next day, when you was leaving out the building, I tried calling you. I called your name 3 or 4 times. You must be didn't hear me. Oh, I heard you. But I was going home, nigga. I'm not about to stop and stand here for extra 10 minutes to do whatever. Nah, I'm out. I'm low-key watching you, LOL. So, it's good. That's what's up. Don't be talking about how much free time I have and I be having on the clock. None of that shit, yo. I don't have no free time at work. Soon as the door to my office, I be sitting like this on my phone. As soon as I hear somebody walk in the office, I snap up to the keyboard and just start looking at my emails. I done checked these emails 5 times today. I'm gonna still look at the emails again, just so it look like I'm doing something. Cause for what everybody know in the office, I don't got no downtime. I'm always working. Yo, Jack, what's good? I'm always working. I don't got no free time at work. I'm busy. Don't even call my desk phone. Send me an email. I'll read it when I get a chance. Oh man. So it's only Tuesday. It feels like, yo, Crystal, what's good? It's only Tuesday. Why I feel like it's fucking Thursday? I feel like I done worked 4 days already. Why I feel like I worked 4 days and only worked 2 days? I got some good news though. I showed this yesterday. Hey, YouTube, I'll be right back. I can't carry the YouTube camera with me, but I can carry the Instagram. I take Instagram where I go. Y'all niggas gotta come with me. I ain't got no choice. I wish it was Friday. You ain't lying. It ain't even motherfucking hump day yet. Life of Jack. Instagram is an enemy with YouTube. yo, Instagram. I don't think nothing will ever replace YouTube. YouTube. Jeez, I might need to set that down for a second. I don't think nothing will ever replace YouTube, but different formats, different platforms. I actually like streaming on Instagram now. I don't know, it's different, but it's a different community. I get a different viewership from each platform. So I still try to do like a dual stream, and I try to hold conversations with everybody. So I wish I was talented. LOL. I can do is talk mess. Very gorgeous drawers. Hey, talking shit is a talent. Ask Adrian. Ask Caesar. That's a shit talk about. Hey, back in the day, I'm telling you. Talking about you. You remember when people like, that girl got a mouth on her. That's who they was talking about. She got a mouth on her. Can't tell her shit. And say I'm lying. I agree to say yes, sir. Okay, you better agree. I ain't gonna just say some crazy shit. Cuss you out in the motherfucking heartbeat. Shit, and talk about don't play no damn beautiful woman. And she'll fuck you up like a nigga, dog. Like that's the one thing I know about the women I grew up with in my hometown. We come from a little teeny ass town. A teeny ass town. You're related to half the motherfuckers in town. You just are. Your family been here for fucking 3-4 generations. You're related to most of the people here. And if you're not, you know everybody else. When we was coming up, we had one middle school and one high school. By the time you got in middle school, if you didn't go to the private school, you knew everybody your age. Everybody your age group, you knew everybody in fucking town. Period. But the one thing about the girls from our town, we're from the South, so we have a lot of manners. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. You hold the doors. For the most part, it's still kind of there, especially from our generation, because our parents and our grandparents didn't play that shit. But the women are still tough as shit, yo. You go down there and you'll see once again a beautiful young lady, and she's real nice and courteous, but you cross her the wrong way, she'll turn into a dude in an instant. Nigga, who the fuck you think you talking? And then she putting them do something like that, bro. It's something about the women from my town, yo. They don't, and our town just got a reputation for real, yo, a real rep. And I know everybody says, oh, our town has nah. The town we from, that shit was different, especially in the '90s. That shit was just different, yo. That shit was different. But it made some tough ass people, yo. We some tough motherfuckers, bro. You know what I'm saying? The ones who survived who made it through and didn't fall off and get hooked on this or didn't do that, you know. It's just tough motherfuckers, yo. From a little teeny ass country town, you just had to be tough. And once again, you know everybody, so goddamn, everybody gonna make you tough. Simple as that. But her right there, that was a shit talking motherfucker right there, bro. My cousin, Chrissy, another shit talking about that bitch right there. Man, look, my cousin Chrissy, shit talking. My sister, she could talk a little bit of shit, but she ain't really like that. But yeah, the Now, I have that album. It was a good album. Yo, Shaman, what up? Doing the dual stream right now. YouTube. Yeah, let me introduce y'all to each other. YouTube, say hello to Instagram. Instagram, say hello to YouTube. We all in here chilling, vibing, kicking it. Only if I can go back in time, yo. Yo, the only thing is, you don't realize you're in the good times when you're in the good times. You just don't see, you don't know that this is like one of the best times of your life until that shit is passed away already. You know what I'm saying? All those moments are gone and they just memories, and you look back and you can really see like that was the good time. They speaking. She said, "Hey YouTube," and then wave. And then my man on YouTube, my man said, "What up, Insta?" Watching at work. See, now y'all think I was lying. Y'all thought I was lying, right? When I say y'all motherfuckers be at work all the time, be on goddamn watching the shit all the time. This is a perfect example. Shaman, he ain't even had to send that message, cause I already know. Cause he work all the time, hard working man. I saw it with Scene. I say this. He's always at work. He says he works all the time. I say he's always at work. It sounds the same, but it definitely don't mean the same thing. It definitely don't mean the same thing. You know, I can be at work. I'm here. But I'm working. You know, he work all the time. He be at work all the time. It sounds the same, but it ain't. It's two different concepts right there. Now, Shaman, he be at work all the time. But then he come on YouTube and then tell me he at work. 1 + 1. I try to do the math, bro. I try to do 1 + 1. 1 + 1. 2 is just still equal 2. I'm just trying to do the math, bro. He always at work, but he always telling me he at work. And P, another one. Always at work. But then he be telling me he at work. How you at work and talking to me and telling me what you... I ain't gonna say no more. Because I love both of these guys. These my men. Both of them. Like my brothers. That's the only reason I'm talking so much shit. Got so much love for these motherfuckers. But they don't be working. Don't be working. They like Tommy from Martin. Just had some KFC. Had some KFC. Man, I haven't eaten KFC in so long. Not Tommy. Yo, Tommy got that new job. Where you work at, Tommy? I work downtown at that new building beside the other building. Tommy, you ain't got no job. Nah, I just came from work, you know what I'm saying? Came from work, nigga. Yo, that was the funniest running joke. Well, one of the funniest running jokes on that show. This was, Cole, you never saw his girlfriend, but he always talked about, what her name was? Big Shirley? You never saw Big Shirley, but he always talked about Big Shirley. And then Tommy, you never saw this nigga at work, but he always swear down he had a job. See? Now I'm just getting to know you, Miss Kenny, but you another one. Hardly working. You supposed to be hard at work, and then you hardly working. I ain't gonna judge, because if I can get away without doing whatever, my mom's show dress rehearsal tonight. Ooh, that's pretty cool. My dude was Bruhman. Bruhman was one of the best characters on there. Bruhman and Hustleman. Hustleman was what's his name? The motherfucker who was in that car. He got hit by the truck. Morgan, Tracy Morgan. Tracy Morgan was Hustleman. And honestly, I never Bruhman. I ain't never knew that dude's the actor's real name, and I don't think I ever seen that actor in anything else. Did anybody ever see Bruhman playing anything else other than Martin? I heard Big Shirley though and seen her body once. They had an episode where Big Shirley was on there. Probably not her face, just somebody from the back or something. But that was classic comedy, classic character building. Martin had, and one of the big debates of my time was which show was better, Martin or Fresh Prince. And honestly, I think Will Smith is a better actor, but I think Martin is funnier, and the TV show was funnier and more creative because Martin played about 5 or 6 different characters. You had the little snotty nose motherfucker, the security guard, the karate guy, the motherfucking the girl across the hall, the pimp dude, Jerome's in the hey yo, like yo, he had a lot of funny characters, yo. What was the little snot nosed kid name? My mama told me. Go ahead, Shanae. Oh no, you didn't. Like what was the Kung Fu master? Roscoe. Yo, I'm telling you, Martin had a lot of characters, yo. And that's why I think I would favor Martin over the Fresh Prince, because they had a lot of reoccurring characters too. You know what I'm saying? Where Will, he didn't really structure his show around, like, all developing all those characters that can come in and like be a filler for an episode or something. And that's a lot of what those characters were, just fillers. But I mean, they made the show funny, and he gave his characters very, very distinctive personalities. Dragonfly Jones. Yo, even the names, yo. Little Roscoe with his snotty ass nose. Dragonfly Jones, bald head, pot belly ass. Like, yo, this motherfucker. Now I want to see a fucking Dragonfly Jones skit so bad. I just gotta do one real quick. Just a real quick one. Silence! Silence!
Nan,
Man.
it is a pleasure for you to this is my obedient servant, Kenny.
Hey, man, it's been 3 weeks. Think it's time for you to get my check, man?
Learning from the master is your pay, punk. Now get in line till you get hurt. Move on, huh? Now, as you well know, I studied under Bruce Lee.
You studied under Bruce Lee?
Yeah, he was on the second floor and I was on the first. That will be the only joke that will be told here this evening. Now, I will teach you the fine art of self-defense.
Man, I really need that money.
For me, punk. Get that money. Silence.
Silence.
Huh?
You never could watch Fresh
I will
Prince?
show you
Why?
how to...
Martin is funnier than Will Smith, than Will per laugh. Do you know he did a show about Roscoe Jenkins after he grew up? It was on Netflix. What? Wait a minute. Martin, it was a spin-off show? Hell no. I ain't know Roscoe had his own show. What the hell? Kenchi always whooped his butt. No, I ain't know Roscoe had a show when he grew up. I ain't never even heard that, bro. Never. That's the first time I ever heard that. I ain't never seen no advertisement. Never heard nobody else talk about that shit. Silence. Listen here, punk. Learn from the master is your pay. Yo, man, I'm really gonna need that check. Not in front of the master. Yo!
And render your opponent powerless.
What?
As your mercy. As I will
A
attack
spin-off movie?
and disable
Disable.
my obedient servant, Kenji!
Dragon, before we do this, I think we need to talk about my check, man. I got till 4 o'clock, you're gonna cut off my phone.
But I'm so damn sorry to hear that. Shouldn't be on the phone anyway. You should be practicing on your art. Now get over there, boy.
Oh, it's like that, huh? Okay.
My obedient servant, Kenji.
On me.
What the hell?
Come on, punk.
Oh yeah. Yo, Dragonfly Jones get his ass fucked up every time. Hey man, they gonna cut my phone off. You know what? You should be on the phone anyway. You should be practicing your art. Yeah, but Martin, if Martin and the Fresh Prince aired at the exact same time, yeah, I would definitely watch Martin. But I love the Fresh Prince, man. That was a dope ass show. Will Smith, and he was like 20. He was like young as fuck. He was like 20, 22 when he first started airing that show. And then my last name is Prince, and I'm from Philadelphia. Come on, man. Come on. West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground is where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all shooting some b-ball outside of the school when a couple of guys that was up to no good. Started making trouble in my neighborhood. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. She said, "You move away, Auntie, Uncle Ben." I whistled for a cab and when it came near, the license plate said fresh and had a dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say that this cab was rare, but I thought, nah, forget it, your home's the Bel Air. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. I pull up to a house about 7 or 8. I yell to the cabin, your home, smell you later. Look at my kingdom, I was found in there to sit on my throne as a Prince of Bel Air. Martin, Martin, Martin. Yo, what's up? How y'all feeling? Martin. Martin Payne, the radio DJ disc jockey. Was his job, right? On the radio. Welcome home, Roscoe Jenkins. Yeah, but Martin did funnier than Will Smith because Martin is a damn comedian too. Will never. He does like some comedy, but he's not a comedian. You know. Yo, what's up? How y'all feel? Oh, my shit broke.
I'm a man, Gina. I'm gonna be alright. This is childish. I want you out. I don't even know why you're still here. Step. Oh, step. You won. You won, babe.
What?
You won. Damn.
Honey, what was it?
A mouse, Gina.
A mouse? A real one?
No, Gina. Oh, that cartoon mouse. Speedy got
Serious, Martin? Did you catch it?
What the hell is going on here? Look here, partner. Go on about your business, okay? I don't blame you, man. You was just being a man, okay? I got no beef with you, bro. You got the wrong idea, my friend. Hold on, wait a minute. Partner. Now I already forgave you, bro. But if you keep running off at the mouth, I'm about to body slam you. Now get it going. Roll with it. You may have won round one, man. But but I'm gonna go the distance because I love Gina, man. So I get her back, man, if it takes the rest of my life. So get used to this face, pretty boy. Because it's gonna haunt your every waking moment. What you say, Martin? Okay, all I'm saying to you is, what do you do, man? Who you talking to? Me? No, bro, no. You can't be talking to me because I'm a grown-ass man. I love you.
You ain't say it back.
What?
You ain't said you love me back. You ain't gonna get no attitude. One love. Let's go.
Bro, man.
Bruh, man. What's up, man? Bruh, man need love, too.
And I'm afraid of clowns. Circus clowns, you know, with big old floppy shoes and cheeseburgers in their hands.
Yo, Bart was a fucking funny ass show. No bullshit. Welcome home. Is that Napalm? You already know. Cedric is in there. I don't know. I still might have to check it out, bro.
Really cool AI apps for our computers and directly in the browser all the time, but one thing I rarely hear about is the really cool mobile apps that are AI enabled. So in this video, I'm going to break down 21 free AI mobile apps that you can use. Now, out of these 21 apps, 100% of them work on iOS because, well, that's what I have. And 2 of them don't actually work on Android, but the 19 others that I'm going to show you do work on Android. And don't worry, I'll let you know when I'm talking about an app that doesn't work on Android. My creative director, John, and I spent hours testing tons and tons of AI mobile apps, and these are the ones that we decided are the ones that you should know about. And once again, these are all free apps. So there are quite a few other AI apps that are premium. You can only get them to do cool stuff if you pay. I'm excluding those from this video. We'll get to those in a future video. For this one, let's just stick with the free stuff. Starting with the most obvious being ChatGPT. ChatGPT has 2 modes. They've got ChatGPT Plus, which uses GPT-4, and just the standard ChatGPT free version, which uses GPT 3.5. Now, if you've used ChatGPT on your computer, this one pretty much operates in the same way. But the one major difference about the mobile app that I really love is that you can have chats with it, similar to how you'd have chats with Siri, and well, it's quite a bit better than Siri. Now, if you're using 3.5, it's not going to browse the internet. It's only going to give you information from its training data, but it's still really cool to have a conversation with it. Simply hit the little headphone button to the right of the message box here, and then you can have conversations with it. Tell me a story about a silly rabbit.
Once upon a time, there was a silly rabbit named Benny. Benny loved to hop around the forest, but he had a peculiar habit of trying to jump over every single tree stump he came across.
And there you go. There's the story that it generated for us, and then it jumps straight back to the familiar chat box where we can actually read read the story if we wanted. Now, I cut the story a little bit short because I wanted to keep the pace of the video going, but if you want to read the story, go ahead and pause the video here. Now, while we're on the topic of chatbots, I really like the Pi chatbot. The Pi chatbot comes from a company called Inflection AI, whose CEO, Mustafa Suleyman, used to be a part of Google's DeepMind. Now, Pi is designed to be a lot more conversational, a lot more personal, maybe a little less informational. In the account settings, it actually has some really good, really realistic voices. My personal favorite is voice number 6.
Hey there, great to meet you. I'm Pi, your personal AI.
Once you've got it working, press the little phone icon next to the Talk with Pi box, and you can have a conversation with this one just like we did with ChatGPT. One of the fun things John and I were doing was having it explain slang to us. What does yeet mean?
Yeet is a slang term with multiple meanings, but it generally expresses excitement, triumph, or the act of throwing something. Here are the main ways it's used. As a verb to discard something with a lot of force. Egerte, she yeeted the ball into the trash can.
Once again, I did cut off the dialogue just to keep the pace of this video moving, but if you want to see the response, you can go ahead and pause the video. One thing that I also really like about Pi is that the voices are kind of soothing. I can hear these voices in like a Headspace sort of app. So if you ever wanted to make some meditations or something like that, I would say Pi would be the perfect tool for that. Pi also has the ability to search the web, so you can ask it questions and it will search the web to find answers if it needs to. What teams are currently still in the NFL playoffs?
With the 2023-24 NFL playoffs in full swing, only 4 teams remain in the running for the Super Bowl. They are Detroit Lions, NFC, San Francisco 49ers, NFC, Kansas City Chiefs, AFC, Baltimore Ravens, AFC. It's shaping up to be an exciting finish to the season. Are you rooting for any of these teams?
No, I don't follow football. Another thing that I find really interesting about Pi is its use of breath and ums and things like that.
Yo, that was I'm sitting here thinking that. I'm thinking like, this motherfucker, it sounded like he was breathing in between words. Let's go back and listen to it again. Did you guys hear that? Like the AI he took a little breath. I'm like, yo, that's why, number 6 is my favorite one. Yeah, that shit sounds really fucking real. Cause just like I just took a breath, like you can hear this, it sounds like this motherfucker was breathing. Right? Play.
And it will search the web to find answers if it needs to. What teams are currently still in the NFL playoffs?
With the 2023-24 NFL playoffs in full swing, only 4 teams remain in the running for the Super Bowl. They are Detroit Lions, NFC, San Francisco.
Right there, they are, and it takes a breath, and then he names the teams, and it takes another breath. This is AI, and it's in the voiceover. It puts the breath in there. So I truly believe that in the next 5 years, we will have no call centers. Let's say 5 to 7 years are very, very minimum fully staffed call centers, because he said 5 months, because once they can get this the large language models to understand common speech and slang, and then be able to portray a very realistic human voice to where they even throw breaths in between the words, you can just so I did 18 years of child support. My son is now 19 years old. But my child support case was based out of Philadelphia. Philadelphia is a country unto itself. There's over 1 million people live in Philadelphia. You know how many people have to deal with the family court system on a daily basis in that city? And so if you ever try to call the Philadelphia family court, you will not talk to a person. You will not. And that's one of the only instances where I have to access a certain system through an automated phone system like that. So I just keep thinking, like, how much easier and streamlined would it be if you can just dump because everybody's information is on files anyway, dump all of our information into some kind of fucking AI algorithm, so that when we call for scheduling appointments or to inquire about certain things, it can just talk to us, and everyone will be able to talk to someone, and it will seem like it's a real person. It won't be, but it'll be way easier and less stressful than the next operator will assist you in 45 or some dumb crap like that, you know. So we're getting to the point where we can see that this technology will eliminate some type of jobs. Once again, I don't even think people do these jobs anyway, because I can never talk to a person anyhow. So it's just still like, this is the good parts of AI that I like. People are really scared of what it could do and how it might take over, and iRobot, the Matrix and the Terminator and all this stuff. It's not a zero chance that will happen. But I'm just looking at cool shit like this. Will it make traffic easier so we don't sit at fucking red lights and have traffic jams all the time in larger cities? Will it make calling a company or organization or anything easier, more streamlined, because you will actually talk to a automated teller that can respond to your real voice and your real questions and comments? So I love listening to stuff like this.
Playoffs.
With the 2023-24 NFL playoffs in full swing, only 4 teams remain in the running for the Super Bowl. They are Detroit Lions, NFC, San Francisco 49ers, NFC, Kansas City Chiefs, AFC, Baltimore Ravens, AFC. It's shaping up to be an exciting finish to the season. Are you rooting for any of these teams?
No, I don't follow football. Another thing that I find really interesting about Pi is its use of breath and ums and things like that. Instead of just long, awkward pauses, a lot of times it will use these ums and the sort of breathing sound to fill in the gaps, to give it this realism that I really, really enjoy. Next up, let's talk about Perplexity. Now, Perplexity does have a free model and a paid model, but using the free model is really amazing for doing research. It's a really good replacement for something like Google search if you just need information about a topic. What are the best free mobile AI apps? Now, this one doesn't actually respond with a voice, but it does bring us to a response page. The best free AI apps for mobile in 2023, Lensa, Replica, ChatGPT. These apps cover a range of functionalities, etc. And then it gives us some extra questions to ask, as well as cites some sources of where it got the information that it's sharing. Another thing that I really like about the Perplexity app is that it's got this Discover tab down at the very bottom. If I click on this, it will actually suggest some interesting topics to deep dive into. For example, the Messi Ronaldo era ends. What's that all about? I could click on that. It's got some sources available for me, and then explains why this era in football/soccer is now over. Now, I believe Perplexity uses a handful of different AI models inside of the platform, and if you upgrade to the paid plan, then you can even use GPT-4 and Claude 2.1. According to this tweet here that came out at the time of this recording, Perplexity even now has Code Llama 70B Instruct available within its API. So I'm not sure if it's available inside the mobile app or not, but they are using a combination of different AI models. I believe the main model it uses is GPT 3.5, unless you upgrade, and then you get additional model options. But let's go ahead and just ask Perplexity, what large language model does Perplexity use? Even in Perplexity's response, it does say the specific large language model used by Perplexity AI is not mentioned in the available search results. And I can't talk about AI chat models without talking about character AI. This one is just fun. Using character AI, you can talk to any character, real or fictional, and that AI character will actually believe it's the person you're talking to. Like this conversation that I had with Mark Zuckerberg. I asked him, what's your middle name? My middle name is Edward. It's a family name. I said, no, it's not. I apologize for my error. My middle name is actually David, not Edward. I am human, so I make mistakes sometimes. Don't let it happen again. I promise it won't. I will ensure that I am more careful and accurate next time. Are you really a lizard? I promise you I am not a lizard. I am a human, born and raised. I eat human food like hot dogs and pizza, and I enjoy human activities like walking on 2 feet. I am not a lizard. That's exactly what a lizard would say. It's also exactly what a human would say. I swear I have nothing to do with the lizard community. We don't have any kind of pact. Interesting conversation, Zuck. I've also had fictional conversations with Tim Cook on here, as well as Deadpool, because why not? There's not a ton of practical use cases for this one. It's just fun. Even my kids like getting on this one and creating characters and having random conversations with them. It's just actually kind of a blast to screw around with fake AI characters, to be honest. Next up, Socratic. This one's actually by Google, and you can take pictures of things and it will analyze the pictures and help you solve problems from the pictures. So, for example, I got my camera on right now. See, there's my computer. Look, hey. If I take this sticky note that I just created and I put a math problem on it, like 14 times 268 to the third power plus 12, and I take a quick snapshot of it, let me see if I can get it in focus here, you can see it found the math problem. I'm going to go ahead and make sure it grabs the whole thing, and then I'm going to click go. And see, it found the math problem, 14 times 268 to the third power plus 12. You can see it gave me the solution, but if I click solve here, it actually breaks down the step-by-step method that it used to solve it. So it did 14 times 268, which is 3752, multiplied it to the third power, got this giant number here, then added 12 to get the final result. If I press the little search icon down at the bottom, it brings up a question box and I can ask any question. For example, how deep is the deepest part of the ocean? And I get a response, as well as some additional explanations here about the world's oceans. I get related videos, I get Q&A, and I get more info from the web, all in a single app.
Listening to my man Matt Wolf tell us 21 mobile AI apps you won't believe are free. And so that Pi app, I actually might try to download that. I already got ChatGPT. But the free version of ChatGPT does not connect to the internet and it can't search new information. And I think the last program that it had comes from a data set from 2021 or 2022, something like that. 2021 or 22 is the last data set that the free ChatGPT was trained on. So it's a few years old, the information that it can give you. But the dude said that Pi is a free app, and it's more conversational than actual like hard facts and knowledge. But at the same time, it does have the capability of surfing the internet, which Elon Musk warned us is a bad thing, but we're still doing it anyway. So I might as well have fun with it now before it takes us over. If it takes us over, I don't think it's going to take us over, but just in case, I still want to have fun with it. So I might get Pi and just play around with that, just because it can access the internet, which means it has more current and up-to-date facts and information about things. So the free ChatGPT model, you wouldn't be able to ask it anything about the current Ukraine and Russian war, because this is something very new. Whereas I'm just assuming with the Pi AI app, you can ask specific questions like, how much money has the U.S. government giving to Ukraine throughout this war between Ukraine and Russia? And I'm just assuming that Pi would be able to search the web and get some real answers for that. Yo, Jim, what's good? It's good and bad in it all. Just like the Industrial Revolution, there will be different types of jobs for humans. Yeah. I mean, everything is a double-edged sword. So, it'll cut both ways. It can help us, and it can hinder a lot. And like she says, every revolution has changed some things. So, going from horsepower to steam power to internal combustion engines definitely changed a lot. And then even things like the advent of the internet, seeing different jobs become more streamlined, and having to learn new ways to keep up with the technology, because it does permeate the workplace and the economy now. And so AI is going to do the same thing, where it's going to be very helpful, but it's going to be a rough learning curve where a lot of people will adapt. And it is so helpful that we won't need as many people doing some of the same stuff that they do now. Just like call centers. I see call centers as one of the first things that go away, because you can just automate all of that and have AIs answer the phones. Even personal secretaries, where these AIs, that's basically what they're gearing these things towards, to be, is your personal assistant. So I mean, that's what your personal assistant is for. But once you don't need an actual person to help keep a lot of shit in order. And then one of the guys I was working with, he said he was at Chewy, and Chewy already got like robots. He was like, nah, man, this thing, like, it got legs and it walks around. And he's like, they had a couple of them. I'm like, word? I'm like, what? And what was it doing? He was like, nigga, this shit was stacking boxes. I'm like, word? Yeah, they already got the robots in the factories with y'all? It's like, yeah. I'm like, bro, that's y'all replacement right there. That's all they doing is letting the robots get more trained and letting people get more used to being around them. But the workforce is definitely gonna have a very significant overhaul in the next few years, and that's what COVID taught us too, is that a lot of people can work remotely. A lot of these office buildings don't actually need to be there. Even in certain instances, school buildings don't have to be there. You know, and we have the technology where we can communicate against vast distances. So we are living at a very, very amazing time in history. I can't imagine in 200 years from now, how will they write about this industrial revolution, this digital AI revolution? You know, where would it lead us, and how will they document this era of, like, the very early beginnings of neural lace and bipedal autonomous robots, autonomous drones, and being used for military capacities. Like, we're on some real new shit right now. So things are very interesting, to say the least. Very interesting. That's why I just be trying to keep up with all this shit, yo. I just try to, yo, my man. What's good, bro? But yeah, 21 free apps, 21 free AI apps that you can download. He said most of them will work on an Android. He said there's only 2 of them that he found that didn't work on Android, but all of them work on the iOS, the iPhone operating system. Oh shit, I'm yawning already? Damn. Schooling is scary because I think socialization is important. Many of us don't even know how interpersonal communications anymore. I fear we're going to resort to living the pod life. I don't want to live in a pod. So I never read this book, and I don't even recall the name or the author right now. Damn, what was the name of that book? I wanted to check out this one book, and the whole premise of the book is that it's in a not too distant future, but we've been on social media so long, and we communicate through text messages so much that the younger kids don't really know how to talk to each other in person. And it's a love story about 2 young people who meet online, and they see each other's avatars and all this stuff, but when they meet in person for the first time, they literally don't know how to have a conversation in person. And it's so weird, but they figure out that this is a fucking problem, and they try to get their peer groups to break away from that from that pod life, and like, did you know there's an outside, and like if you go outside, you can go like see that person that you're like on the pod with. You can go like see them outside, and they're like, "Word, really?" I'm like, yeah, man, you know. Let's try that. Let's try going outside. And that's the one thing I think I do think about the remote schooling, virtual schools, and all that stuff is the kids don't really build like really strong personal connections with one another, and that's not good. Y'all need to go out there and goddamn chill and hang out and goddamn do dumb shit and get in fights and shit. What? They say it's changing so fast. Everything changing so fast, man. So fast. We gotta do everything we can just to stay on top and make sure we know what the fuck going on. I think that I heard somebody say they're gonna cut out Common Core education, cause man, like I said, I work with the elementary kids, and the other day, I was helping one of them with some math homework. We was doing multiplication, and she started drawing these boxes and putting numbers in the box, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, well, this is how you gotta put it in the box and it this way, and I'm like, whoa. Damn, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. That's how they teach you how to do that shit now? I'm like, look, you line a problem up like this. 19 times 2. 2 times 9. Carry the number. 2 times 1. And it's like, there's like, huh? I'm like, but the way the girl was trying to show me how they do it, I was like, yo, that shit ain't made no sense. That ain't made no sense to me at all. But I think they said this the last year they doing that shit. Cause this shit got them kids, I don't know, man. That shit just weird. My nigga, just do the multiplication the old school way, man. What the fuck? That shit work, nigga. Public education is trash right now. So that's the one benefit I see, like, if a parent is able to be at home. You know what I'm saying? And everything you learn, I could peep that shit. Because when you send the kid to the school, and they're in that building with all these other people all day, you don't really know what the fuck they be doing to your kids up in that bitch. What the hell y'all really trying to teach my little man up in here? I need to know this shit. But if he at the house, and I'm able to be there more, I can see, I can hear, and then on top of that, I can add on. Christopher Columbus discovered America. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Don't keep telling my kid that. That shit false as fuck. Name one thing that you were taught as a child that is no longer true. Christopher Columbus did not discover America, man. That shit wasn't true when they taught it to me, man. Come on now. Education fucked up, bro.
What's goody?
Same old shit, but that was good, man.
My bad. I want to cut you off on your train of on your train of thought right now.
Nah.
Yeah, and it's messing up again.
Word, bro. Bro. Every time this shit do not want me and you to fucking link, bro. That shit be wild.
So yeah, I can hear you, but I can't see you. It's
okay,
it's
so.
split, but it's black on your screen. But yeah. No. But no. Continue on. I've been enjoying what you've been saying.
just ranting, man. Just ranting about the educational system. You know what I'm saying? Because I deal with the kids. And, you know, I be seeing a disconnect in there. A major disconnect in the education system, man. They failing our kids. And then another thing I learned too is that the Common Core math program, bro, that shit started here in Pennsylvania. Yeah, it started in PA. This was one of the first states. The Dawn Williams. Yo, you know who that is?
Tell me about it.
No, somebody trying to come in the stream. Dawn Williams.
Oh, yikes! No.
See.
It's very few people that I let in my life. It's about 3 of them. You're one of them.
Mm-hmm. I feel you.
I'll leave it at that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I ain't even gotta apologize, but me and my man's chatting right now, and I know the other two people that I will be willing to let in. That's motherfucking Sketch and goddamn Malik. But other than that, Dora.
Those are the rest.
Yeah, Dora. Like they only few. I know who you fuck with, so we'll keep it like that. But once again, just ranting about the plight of the world, man. Shit crazy, bro. But they always say historians, a historian tells what happened, and an artist tells how it felt.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
You know, so as artists, we just put the pain into the motherfucker art, and you know, let y'all know how we be feeling about this shit. I ain't gonna keep no whole historical record, but I can tell you how this shit moved me.
Yeah, like I've been on a somewhat of an exploration journey in the past day or so of things. I'm gonna take about this rabbit hole that I've been down.
Ooh.
But I'm gonna tell you where it kind of started, and everything has really came full circle. A lot of stuff has came full circle just by me painting this picture.
Mm-hmm.
I was like late night. I clicked into YouTube, and I watch a lot of the Vlad TV interviews.
Mm-hmm.
And it did the interview of Michael Jai White.
Okay, Spawn, motherfucking Black Dynamite.
Yeah. Exactly. So I had did the art of Tupac as Spawn, and I had recently I tagged Michael Jai White in the Tupac page or whatever in that art, and so in the interview, in one of it was a clip, Vlad, shout out to Vlad, he's the expert at marketing his material, where he will chop the material down into 14 different parts. So in this one part of this Michael Jai White interview, Michael Jai White was speaking and said that he had been booked to play Basquiat. Right before it's around the Spawn time. It's around that time, and he said he had been booked for that role, and he was like, "Yo, how the hell am I gonna play this role if I'm buff? I am I'm of this stature and like heroin addict, right?" And then he went into who the act. They said how he had went. They casted him for it, and how he had went. And he was like, he felt like it was a joke. Like y'all got to be joking. Y'all had to be trolling me, because what in your mind would make you think that I could play this heroin addict who's skinny and half naked on the streets? And he said he went to read for the role and all that, and eventually, like, he stopped answering the calls from that company. He stopped answering the calls, so he didn't play the role. He said they ended up getting Jeffrey Wright to play the role. I was unfamiliar with Jeffrey Wright, of who that name was. So I googled it, and it
drag me to the actual film. The film had been created with Jeffrey Wright for Basquiat. Okay, so it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm watching this, and I end up staying up. I was supposed to go to sleep. I didn't get to sleep till 5 a.m. Today, and watching this Jeffrey. And watching, the only time I've seen Jeffrey Wright in a couple other roles, but predominantly I've seen him in what's that, the Mission Impossible films, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And they had, but I heard that he had died, right?
Who died?
You can still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh no, wait a sec.
Bro, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I hear you.
I don't know what happened.
No, you talking about, you said you thought the dude had died?
It went silent. Hold on, you breaking up.
You say you thought the dude had died?
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard, so there was reports that he had died. Now, with the point of what I'm about to try to get into was, so I watched the film. The film has some, and it was, honestly, it's my first time even, so as I'm painting Basquiat, and I don't know about Basquiat.
Mm-hmm.
You get me?
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I'm painting him, but I don't know about him. I hadn't learned, I haven't watched no documentary, I haven't
The Radiant.
So after painting him, that's when I started watching the documentaries actually about him.
The Radiant Child?
You know?
You seen Radiant Child?
I have not.
No. That's.
I'm gonna tune into it. I'm gonna tune into it.
He was a complex dude, man. He was a complex dude.
Yeah, I'm definitely, I'm learning. I'm truly, I'm like, and what's crazy again as an artist, for, in a weird way, I feel like Basquiat.
Mm-hmm.
As a person who, kind of tunes out to tune in for this art, and to understand the complexities of what led to his passing, and his relationships and things like that. So originally, so what I was going to try to say was, so in the film, David Bowie played Andy Warhol. David Bowie is dead. There had been reports last year that Jeffrey Wright, who had played Basquiat in the film, was dead. But I Googled it, he's not dead. So it's like the internet tried to take him out. And I was at a real, so I'm sitting there believing that, okay, he's dead. I said, hold on, no, let me look into it. Let me look into when he died, and he's not dead. So that's it. I won't say it blew my mind, but that it really brought a lot of stuff full circle, and into kind of this piece of what I'm making. Of, wow, people will kill you unnecessarily. They will kill you. They will, make it like oh, you don't exist. And it really it worked my mind a lot. Like, so as I do this, I'm almost, again, I'm at the end. I'm pretty much at the end of it. I was debating. So in watching the films, I tried to learn the Basquiat font. And what I wanted to write on this piece was something very simple, and that would kind of, bring this piece together. What I was going to write was, artists live forever. Now, you let me know what you think. Should I leave it as is, or should I write that?
That's a good one. Now, what I would say is like, so you know his font, and you know so, and that's his font and that crown are like his signatures. And so if you add that, I mean your ability to render a face, I'm looking at it. That's Basquiat. I can see that that's Basquiat. You know what I'm saying? You've done an excellent job at rendering the face. It looks just like him. So now, to pay that extra level of homage, you could, like you said, you could write that in his style, and that's like him coming back and putting a stamp on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? But right how it is now, it looks crisp. It looks clean. Like you say, this could be a finished piece. It all depends on if you feel that adding the words in your own feelings, does that add to the painting itself? Will that add to it? Will it give it an extra layer of depth? Will it cause the viewer to be more inquisitive and to try to ponder over the phrase that you want to put on there? So if you feel that it will add something that will give the viewer that little extra moment to sit there and like ponder and absorb and even reflect on Basquiat himself, I say add it. If you don't think it'll have like a very big impact, because once again the rendering is so good, it's so crisp, like the mechanical aspects, how that shit is just fucking glowing, like how you made it really glow, like it has so many good points to it already. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's a finished piece, you know. But once again, how much more impactful will it be, you know? So
I feel like, and it, how do I say this? So it's too. So I definitely was about to add the crown. I'm gonna add the crown to his chest, and I'm gonna do it in gold leaf. Just outline the crown in gold leaf. That's definitely a piece I want to add. But by writing that statement, if I write the statement, it takes away from the question. It kind of, in my opinion, it almost takes away from the questions that can come into why the hell I made him like this. So that's what's really kind of eating at me.
Yeah.
I definitely want to add the crown, but yeah, the statement, it almost explains the painting, you know? And I don't exactly want to do that.
Okay. So I mean, there it is. Well, like I said, will it add? Does that really add anything? It adds an explanation, so people won't have to think as hard, or even pull their own interpretation, their own perception for the piece, which art normally does that. 5 people get 5 different things when they look at a painting. Like you say, adding a statement or a quote or a saying will solidify that train of thought, that line of thought more in a person's in their brain, and so more people will come to that same conclusion that you're trying to get them to by adding the words to it. But I don't know. That's a tough one, bro. You got to go with your gut on this one. Because I can honestly see it both ways. I can see it both ways. I think I would enjoy it both ways. Me personally, I would enjoy it both ways.
Yeah, thank you. Like it was after watching the Basquiat stuff and I watched the full movie and I watched another documentary on him. It was. So honestly, I told you, after this, I'm getting away from art like this. After I do this is whether if I run with this, it's a series. I wanted to run with this as a series of other artists. And what I'm trying to go with that, of course, the idea is very simple. Of that, art makes you immortal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basic idea of it, but I don't want to spell it out for him to an extent. You know, like like that kind of idea. So when I think about Basquiat's art, and how people can look at it, they'll try to figure it out. And the words in there, the words in the pieces do not exactly explain the piece.
No.
You know, and so it leaves for so much thought. So with that being said, I may not add the words.
But then what he did a lot too is he add a word and then scratch it out. And add another word and scratch that shit out too, which added more emphasis to the word. It makes it bolder because it like, why did you scratch that shit out? What are you doing? Like, why did you? I mean, his shit is. I hated his shit when I first saw him. Like, this is fucking trash, nigga. Like, what the fuck? Nigga? It looked like somebody just took a box of crayons and put them on the floor and just started tap dancing. And I'm like, but then. When you dissect that shit and start to pick it apart, like this motherfucker is complex, and he was aware of his blackness in this white world. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker sold a painting for $25,000, and then he go outside and he can't catch a fucking cab because he a nigga. You know, and it's like that shit really fuck with him real bad, yo. And you can see that shit all in his fucking art. And he was a good artist too. He can do anything. He can render people's faces and do architecture. He just chose to do that style.
Have you seen any of his earlier works?
Yeah.
I want to look that.
I seen some of his sketches, like some sketches and drawings.
What it's been showing is
his later shit, yeah. Nah, he can draw. He can draw and paint. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker, and at the same time, like, they got some of his sketches with footprints on that bitch, bro. He'd be in the studio, he'll do something real quick and throw that shit on the floor, and then just walk over that motherfucker, and just come back to that shit later. Now that shit got a fucking Adidas sneaker print on that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nigga was crazy.
Like, so how often I speak about celebrity art? What's up, Bud? How often I speak about like celebrity art and doing art of like celebrities. This is like art. He's like a celebrity, but he's like an artist. You know what I'm saying? So, but I speak about like how either how the celebrities take to art or I'm losing the point. But it kind of boils down. The point I was losing the point. I lost the point. I'm gonna get back. That's why I want to get this. That's why I want to get to. So as I paint celebrities, many of these people, I'm painting them for clout or something like that, right? As I painted him, as I paint these people, I borderline fall in love with them.
Mm-hmm.
On some, like, you get me, like, I want to learn more about what I'm actually creating.
Mm-hmm.
When it was created out of a very selfish place.
Mm-hmm.
And as I did this one, it took me somewhere else. Like, it took me somewhere completely else. Because I've seen a lot of paintings of Basquiat. They don't paint him realistically.
No.
They paint him, whether it be in his style or they paint him in a way that's definitely in his style. I haven't seen a realistic painting of Basquiat.
Nah, people don't like to do that shit. They say they want to mimic him so bad.
And as I learned more about him, I learned a lot about myself. As I painted this one, so that's what makes it this shit like. Because I wasn't expecting it to be that. I just happened to pick him as the first one that I was gonna roll with, and I picked him specifically because he was a black artist. That's why he was. I was gonna do Frida, or I was gonna do Bob Ross, or I was gonna do was it Salvador Dali, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I picked him first. And, so as I do these, honestly, I'm going to be learning more about, if I continue on with this as a series, because that's really how I wanted to run honest. I almost don't want to spell it out for the people. So as I watched the Basquiat stuff and how his work didn't spell out the meaning of the painting, and even though it was people with honestly, I didn't have respect for his art. I didn't have, and that's kind of it's kind of nutty.
No, I was the same way, man. I didn't like Basquiat for a while until, like you say, until you gotta study this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I've been to a couple different lectures about Basquiat. And read a book, watched a bunch of documentaries. Went to the Basquiat Symposium in New York, and actually there's a few people that do it in person, you know, like Earl Winston Day and some of the other artists who do it, and they just came and talked about it. Like, I don't know, after that, like, I just wanted to learn more about the things that people do. After that, I still got the book from that show, well, from that presentation they did. But yeah, he was a pretty interesting dude, very complex cat, you know what I'm saying? Out in the world at a young ass age, he started tagging, came up with the little tag Samo. He was just fucking putting that shit around, and then started linking up with a few people, man. Fucking Madonna and all that shit back in the day, yo, niggas crazy. Yeah, he was the radiant child, man.
Yeah.
And he was selling paintings for like 30, 40 grand while he was alive, yo. This nigga was in his fucking 20s and selling motherfucking $30,000 paintings, bro. But that's like when he got the link from Andy.
He's the dream. He's the dream. He's the dream of what many artists want. I don't know how you feel. What do you see for yourself with art? What do you see?
So this is the thing, is legacy. And people say, oh, so I'm gonna have to do the harsh reality for any artist right now. Most of the time your art won't become popular, or it won't be famous, or it won't be worth anything until you're dead. And that's a fucking lie. If you're not a successful living artist, nobody's gonna give a fuck about your shit when you're dead. Nobody. Period. So my goal is to be successful enough in life so that when I'm no longer here, motherfuckers take care of my shit. I don't want my shit to be in some fucking storage room in some goddamn rental shed or at some motherfucking yard sale for some dumb shit, man. I worked too hard for this shit, bro, and I've been doing this shit for too many years. So when I can't take care of it myself anymore, I just want somebody else to take care of this shit for me. And I have to be successful in life in order to achieve that. Because if I don't do it big now and let everybody know that I am serious, I am passionate about this shit, I am trying to give something to the world, I do want to leave something behind, and just please take care of my shit. And hopefully in 40 years or 50 years, there'll be some young artist who's 13 or 14 and he sees my stuff and he says, you know what, that gives me a good idea. Maybe if I did it this way, or I like how he did that. Maybe if I do it this way in my own style, and I can inspire people when I'm not here. But I really do think about the legacy of my art when I'm dead and gone, bro. Just like now I'm not trying to say anything negative or nothing or come at you no kind of way, but just a couple weeks ago, nigga, you was like, I'm gonna make the worst art ever because I see all these motherfuckers making this dumbass splashy ass art. I'm gonna do the same shit. But then you really get into some Basquiat and you just watch a movie and a documentary, bro, you sound completely different now. You like, nah, nigga, I might have to, you know. But that's like seeing like what that shit can really do to people. That's he understanding Basquiat has had a influence on you so much so that you brought it up in the conversation, and I can see how like just trying to understand him has given you a different understanding and a different appreciation for his art, which gives you a different appreciation for art itself, which gives you a different appreciation for your art now.
Yeah, like, man, I would still try, like, for everything I've created, I wouldn't say I would trash it, but I'm not happy with what I've created. I'm not happy. And
bro, that's a phase. We all go through phases. So that shit you went through, you produced some hella fire art though. All them fucking drawings you did, bro. And like I say, your hand is nice, nigga. Like you can render. And then this nigga burnt that shit. I'm like, damn, bro. But that's crazy. Like, but that's you not losing nothing. All that shit is learning experience, man. That's just making you stronger the further you go.
No, yeah, definitely. Like, I wouldn't have. I'm gonna break this. So what I end up doing, what I did today, again. So I'm on my first job interviews in 7 years. You know, that's what currently when I'm on. Today I went to an interview with Eddie V's Steakhouse. If you know Eddie V, the steakhouse.
No, I don't.
It's a 4 to 5 star restaurant.
Ooh.
It's like the highest. I want to say the highest of high, but they're in the menu when they showcase the menu, and the price is just on Google is at $4 signs. To buy anything in there, anything you're looking at $20. To start, the 20 to start, to buy a drink, to buy an appetizer, right? So I went to the interview today, and it was for a host, but I'm not trying to be a host. I was trying to be a server, and I did the interview. It was a quick little interview. Ironically, the dude that interviewed me, some things happened, in my opinion, in this interview of what it was funny. It was like watching a mirror of myself and going to this interview. The gentleman that interviewed me was about my same age. He was a black man, and we were wearing almost like the same thing, like a damn near 3-piece suit. And it kind of, and so I had to explain, of what I'm currently doing is I'm a visual artist. So he asked me about that, and I broke it down. I didn't get to fully break it down, but pretty much what I was like was, I'm a visual artist. I do paintings, in many different styles. My life is, anything that I achieve is based on what I go for. Meaning, any gallery opportunity I get is based on a relationship that I built, or it's based on, applying to a gallery. And in the gallery applications, they operate very much so like job applications. And he was like, yo, let me see what you got. And I passed him my card, because my card has my three images that I did on the back of them. I'm really happy. I take so much pride in my card, in my business card. It's like, right? So I handed him that card. I was expecting him to hand it back, and he put it in his pocket. Right after I got out the interview, I went and I tried to scrub my page as much of anything that would relate me to negativity.
Mm-hmm.
Because in art and what I've been doing with art, it's dragged me to a very negative place. And I'm reacting very, very, very negatively. You know? So I had to scrub. I deleted probably 15 plus posts. I try to clarify as much of my image as I could. An image that I didn't connect to the real world, to say the least. And I hopefully he didn't. I don't believe he. Hopefully he didn't have enough time to just leave that interview and go to my page and find anything. But I got rid of any form of negativity. So even if you can hear my tone and how I'm talking right now, you can tell the difference in what I normally talk like and what this is.
Nigga, I already missed the old you.
What you say?
I already missed the old you.
Yeah. you know, like, so it really made me think about how I was kind of presenting myself, which before I didn't care because it's not related. Like some people may think it's related to like that by me doing what I'm doing, I can lose sales, and I never felt. I mean, I truly never felt that way. I mean, but it's the actual truth. It's the truth that by me presenting myself in any other way other than an artist, that it can be detrimental to my artist career, and I would never. I don't look at it the same. I didn't look at my artist career the same way as I would look at me being at being in a position or at a job.
Yeah.
And so I said, yeah, let me. So I scrubbed it, and I was honestly I was kind of I was very surprised he took my card. I was surprised. And they had art at this restaurant as well. So that's what I want to speak about. The art, and it's very similar to what we do. We render images very well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it brings me back to the. We've had talks about like portraits and kind of what portraits do for people, right? And painting people, and we love to paint people, right? And it's like I don't see that much of that out in the art world. I don't see much at a gallery. Yeah, at these places, at these establishments, no.
No, I call it hospital art. That's the only thing that be out there in hospitals and restaurants is that little foo Target looking stuff that you buy from Target.
Yeah, I've seen the piece, the one. I wish I would have took. I should have took a picture of the piece that I seen. It was a palette knife painting. It was it wasn't an image. It was all blue, and I can look at every individual stroke of this palette, and I can see what they did. If I get this job, I'm gonna go back. I'll take the picture of it, and I'll show it to you. But it really kind of, I'm really debating. So that's why I say after this, I'm kind of getting away. This is the last. I still didn't push this as far as I could have, but it looks good enough to me. To be honest with you, it looked like Basquiat. It's got good tone in it, good shading, all that kind of stuff. I rendered it. Adjusted the imagery to what I wanted. His original hair in the image was the smaller, which I believed was the later Basquiat. I mean the earlier Basquiat, but in the film it showcased it like that he had shortened his hair in the later stages. That's what the film showcased. Again, I would have to look at it more from a what they call that chronological. I would have to look at it more of that. But I changed his hair and his image to make it resemble more of what Basquiat is known for. Because again, the original image that I had, his shit was short. It was shorter than this. It was smaller. It wasn't as it's not tamed like this. It was way more tame. Okay. So I was like, yeah, man, it's put me in a whole different. But even I said before this, honestly, I love painting faces, but I feel like that's been my Achilles heel.
Yeah.
So
why is that?
Because I've been out with the art. I went out with the art. Even this weekend when I went out with the art, I was in the cold. Boy, I wasn't in the cold, but it was actually the weather was nice, so it wasn't cold. So I'm not going to gas it like it was that, but it should have been cold, but it wasn't cold. And I was out there with my paintings. I had 15 paintings on the block, and all of the paintings that the people gravitated towards